Oh, welcome in, welcome all. We're going to be doing Trinity readings. So, I was guided this morning to just do a few different readings. We're just kind of going with the flow. The first one today is going to be working with our Trinity keys. So, we're going to be working with looking at the Divine Feminine, looking at the Divine Masculine, and then we're also going to be looking at the Divine Child. So, we're going to be looking at um, those three different archetypes, versions of ourselves, to see what's kind of going on. I hope everyone's having a wonderful morning and a wonderful day. Yeah, lots happening. Lots happening. There's a lot of divide right now in the collective, and things are definitely stirring up, at least over here. Um, Good morning. Hello there. So it's things are stirring up right now in the collective. We are definitely going through a great divide, a really big divide right now. And right now, some of us are really working with the soul family, with our own family members, and working with our own interconnectedness to stabilize and to bring peace and balance and harmony to the division that's occurring. Um, Myself included, I'm aware of what's going on, at least in my state and in my area. And so what we're doing today is we're just holding down a lot of peace and a lot of love. The intention being set here to be with our divine child today, to nurture, to listen, and to allow the soul drive, the heart compass, to drive us forward with what's occurring. Whether that be just staying still and relaxing, whether it be taking a nice bubble bath, taking a nice hot shower, taking a day out in nature, whatever it is for you, right? We're definitely climbing the ladder of ascension right now, and as a result, right, when we start to make choices that are bettering our lives, that are bettering our well-being, that where we're choosing ascension, we're choosing awakening, we're choosing our soul, we're choosing our light, we can see that gap, right? And this gap we've spoken of as the we can see this gap. It's been spoken of before as the bifurcation cycle, right? And so a part of the bifurcation cycle is that gap, that split in density, right? And it's been key. It's been really key with all of us about choosing what's swing on the path we're choosing as the pendulum swings in all directions, right? Give yourself the opportunity to be right where you're at right now. I invite you to not judge yourself if you're struggling, or if you're having the most amazing day of your life, right? This is a part of witnessing the magic unfold in our lives, is we're all working with universal balance. And so some portions of the collective are one way, some are others, right? It switches, it dances. It's how we play with polarity. Okay. Hello, people. Hi, Willow. And so the first reading for today, because I was told that today was going to be 4 cups of coffee and 4 different readings on a 4x4 day. So I'm allowed to have 4 cups of coffee and do 4 different kinds of readings. So I had my coffee before I showed up here. The first reading being this Trinity reading. So we're going to be working with the masculine, the feminine, and the divine child. So some of you might call this the twin flame journey. Either way, we're looking at what's going on. There's been a lot of masculine stuff coming up, and I spoke on it in my last live stream about the masculine energy and what's going on. We are actually holding a ceremony on Saturday. I will be teaming up with Sherry Bosch over on her channel to do a divine masculine healing ceremony. She actually did 2 ceremonies for the divine feminine ancestral lines, which you should go check out. They're wonderful, wonderful, wonderful videos, and she's such an amazing woman, such a wonderful light, such a wonderful friend to have on this journey. And so if you want to go check out our channel, check out Sherry Bosch. You can go to my community page and see I've been posting lives with her and Linda Light as well. Also, to update, we have the symposium on February 13th. So in 3 days, the symposium will be live as well on teachpeacedesigns.com. If you go over to my community page, once again, links for that in the description box. It's I believe, is it donation? I don't know if it's donation or if it's 22 to join. But we've got a wonderful team over there. It was Jerome Headley, Andrew from Space Time Creator, General AI, myself. We had Michael Rolla, Jerry Sargent, Linda, of course, Sherry. We had Sarah as well, Sarah Hill, and there was one other person. Oh, it was Deb. It was Deb, and she ended up being a commentator. We all did activations, have ceremonies, and we all have special offers available there. So if you want to go check out the symposium, please do. Anyways, all right, guys, let's get into the readings. I hope everyone's doing good. Let's just take a moment to honor our master, inner child, the divine child. Yes, the divine child. So let's just take a moment to breathe and to witness the magic unfold within us as the divine child as we bring these readings forward. I want to call forward clarity and truth as I hold space of peace and divine neutrality for the messages that we are witnessing today. I also want to command this to be a sovereign space. So remember that we are God's sovereign free within this space, right? So here we are practicing freedom, free will, autonomy, and sovereignty for all, right? And anything that is not a part of this unity and unification can leave at this time. And I ask us to just surrender all judgment, to just have fun and to relax and to enjoy the day. Enjoy that there's a full moon in Leo coming up, which is, it's my excitement. I get really excited with full moon in Leo. And perhaps we should do a little smudgy smudge. So we've got Captain Blue Torch over here with Captain Palo Santo. And we're gonna just bring some smoky in. Oh, the smoky, the smudgy. So I hope everyone's having a freaking awesome day. We're gonna play in the forest. Someone's playing, I'm hearing Jagadisha by Trevor Hall. So whoever's queuing in that song, good song, what is it? Chapter of the Forest, amazing album. So we're just going to smudge down, smudge. Oh, okay. We're back to silliness. All right, guys. Let's be gentle. All right, so we're gonna start out with the Divine Feminine reading for the Divine Feminine. What's going on with the Divine Feminine Collective? Also, too, guys, go check out Shaman's Light channel, her channel. She just did a twin flame reading the other day. I have not watched it. I purposely don't watch other people's videos so they don't influence with readings, but she's a wonderful reader. And she just put up some twin flame messages for February as well. I'm gonna go check them out after this. But we just want to see what's going on with the archetype. So whether you're on the twin flame journey or whether or not you're just wondering about how things are coming into balance, right? Let's remember, right, that it can be difficult to streamline what every single masculine and every single feminine is going through in one simple reading. So take what's yours, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. But first, we're going to start out with the Divine Feminine Collective. What's going on with the Divine Feminine Collective? All right, now we start. Thank you. So we're going to do a crystalline cross for the Divine Feminine Collective. Thank you. Yeah, doing it. Thank you. How's everyone doing? You can type in the chat. Be quiet. This is a safe space. New journeys ahead. Let's hope the fool made a peek. The fool made a peek. All right, cut the deck. Whistle while you work. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. All right, so we are looking at universal balance here. So crowning the reading, we are looking at justice. We are looking at justice, but let's take a look at the rest. Ooh. There we go. Okay. Nice. Looking good here. Okay. I don't want to end it on that note. Okay, alrighty. There we go. Cool, all right. So starting off the reading for the Divine Feminine, we have Ace of Cups, Two of Wands. So we are looking at a renewal of soul light. To me, this is coming through as a new birth. a new birth, a new realization, a new soul gift, a new remembrance. So there is a new birth that is happening for the feminine. I've been seeing this happening too, where we're all kind of going through. Some people are going through Christ child. Some people are birthing dragons. This is very much so coming through as a little soul gift that's awakening. For some people, it's the star child. There's been unicorns, fairies. A lot of people are seeding right now. Two of Wands here, we are looking at a choice in timelines. So we're recognizing some truth or some clarity that is occurring right now, and there is now a choice, a decision to be made for the divine feminine. What is that decision? We'll see. We will see. At the energetic foundations, King of Cups, really standing true to our love. Unconditional love, right? This is being that pillar, that beacon of hope, knowing that through the waves of ascension and everything going on, that we stand firm in who we are as love. So the divine feminine, very much so in this powerful masculine essence, but with that softened heart. And the reason I say that is because crowning the reading, we are looking at the Emperor. We are looking at the Emperor. So we are looking at messages from other dimensional versions here to really stand in your masculine power. With this love and this birth that's coming for the divine feminine collective to stand firm in their love, it seems like there is something that is really in great balance that is coming forward here, especially with the Justice card. It very much so seems like right now there's an empowerment, almost like a tipping point that's occurring for the feminine, where the feminine is rising up in their power. I've been seeing this too, and we will see for some people go through the power struggles and the power dynamic, right? Which is, how do we bring this into balance, right? So very nice to see the women in the power, but in their power of love, or the feminine in their power of love. In the past, we had this part. So we were looking at some sort of healing, motherhood wound, ancestral lines. We're looking at, and this very much so ties into kind of what was going on with what I was stating earlier with what Sherry was, relationships with one another, whether this is romantic partnerships, whether this is friendships, whether this is our own family. There has been a focus on relationships. So we were looking at a time of healing. Now, in the future, this is where it gets interesting. We have the Five of Pentacles, right? So we're looking at some sort of, this comes through a little bit of some sort of clarity or a search. So what I'm hearing is the song Show Me What I'm Looking For. I think, is it Carolina Liar? It's Save Me, I'm Lost, Lord, I've been waiting for you. It seems that with the rest of the cards here, because of the Five of Pentacles, here's what I want to say. Six of Swords, Eight of Wands, the Hangman, is that there is a journey ahead. There's a journey approaching. It feels like whatever revelation is going to start creating some sort of freedom or some sort of movement, right? So there might be some sort of communication coming in from a loved one. There might be communication coming in from someone else regarding whatever this journey is, how this journey is going to take place. It's really going to be about a time to go out into nature and to reflect on this. To go out, to go within, and to kind of like reset yourself and to go, is this something that I want to do? With the Five of Pentacles here, I want to let you know that this is not a permanent feature in your life or a permanent stage. With the level of empowerment coming up, it seems like whatever choice that is made, it feels like this might be a decision that the feminines have to make on their own, especially with the Two of Wands. It is a choice on a pathway. Do I go forward or do I go backward, right? Do I create this new cycle on my journey? What do I do with this this new soul gift, right? What do I do with this new revelation? What do I do with this new truth? And how do I carry forward on my journey with that? So there might be communication that's going to be coming in to a family member or to the masculines or to whatever this represents for you. It's very much so right now, since we are in the tipping point, and I've been feeling this, it's almost like there is some sort of, and this is like kind of what I'm feeling in the field, there's some sort of illusion that is shattering right now and is gifting everyone the opportunity to transition, to shift, and to move into a new direction. So this is what that collective movement or that collective energy is. Also, some of you might have been receiving messages that this journey is awaiting you. And if you've been questioning whether or not you want to go on this journey, whether you want to communicate with this person, this loved one, this relative, this friend, this soul family member, the invitation point here is to go into nature and to discover this. For some people, for some feminines, this actually might be a grid working trip. I have a sense for some that with this revelation, this might be something to go out and to go with the land, because you recognize that there's something that needs to come into balance in your own life. So this might be a little getaway. This might actually be a vacation, especially with everything going on. When you're standing with the King of Cups and the Emperor here, there's a lot of power at your side. And as a result, this can show up like this amount of power and love for yourself and love for other people might invite in some sort of freedom or revelation that's saying, you know what, I'm not going to live this energy anymore, right? I'm going to go do what I need to do, right? I'm going to go take care of myself. I'm going to get out into nature. Especially with the justice card, there might be something that you're looking to come into balance with. And right now it's about making sure you take that opportunity to do that. So whether this is traveling to, whether it's doing grid work, whether it's to go contact a partner, to go find your partner, to go move with your partner, whatever it might be, that's what is occurring. With this star card, it almost feels like right now the masculine energies are very much so surrounding the feminine. I've been seeing this in my own life. There's been a lot of masculine archetype and a lot of masculine energies that are really supporting the empowerment of this feminine renewal, and bringing the feminine to this level of freedom and level of peace and the integration of that. So once again, we see this in waves, guys, right? So we see the masculine and feminine harmonizing in waves as different collective pockets wake up, as more people start to come into their divine power, their divine will, their divine gifts, right? They start commanding their spiritual authority, or they meet someone. Every partnership offers us an opportunity to gain more insight about who we are based upon lessons, growth, experience, activations, remembrance points, whether this is a past life partner, or it's a soulmate, or it's a twin flame, whatever you want to call it, right? Even soul family. Everyone right now, you know, is having that opportunity to learn, to grow, and to expand. And so with the star card, we are coming out of a phase of healing those feminine lines. Now with that, right, is that when we go through that healing, those things can start to come through in the ancestral lines. Okay. And so that's why that with that Five of Pentacles energy, you might be feeling the isolation, you might be feeling the loneliness, it might be feeling the abandonment, but there is that choice point, right? There's that collective migration, there's that Six of Swords, there's that, okay, I can go out into nature, I can rebuild myself, I can rebuild my self-esteem, I can rebuild my confidence, I don't have to do this alone. With the King of Cups, the King of Cups is a very sovereign, balanced masculine energy. So it feels like there's a peace or a healing that's going on with the masculine archetype and the surrounding of the masculine around the feminine, that's gifting the feminine to really stand in their power to choose, right? So this could be saying no more to limiting belief systems. It could be saying, you know what, I'm not going to live in this isolation. I'm not going to live alone anymore. I'm going to do this with other people, and I'm going to make that choice. But if you've been questioning it all, or you've been receiving these messages or these downloads, right, it's offering us an opportunity right now to just kind of go within, go out into nature, you know, clear out the collective clutter, clear everyone out of your life, and just go, you know what, I need to go in and listen for myself, right? With the King of Cups, it's such an unswayable energy, right? That's such a really powerful, heart open, compassionate, loving energy. But it seems like right now there is that collective movement for the feminine to transition, to shift, to migrate, to merge, whatever it might be. With the Six of Swords, this could be actual physical travel. I understand that there's travel restrictions and there's limitations, myself included. I've been hitting these walls and these themes. So this could be a collective migration. This might be moving more to other people. You know, when it comes to things like this, it might not be, you know, go on a 3,000-mile vacation, right? This might be going down to the park, right? Either way, we're looking at migration and movement, right? So what I want to offer every feminine, if they walk into that sense of isolation, or that sense of I'm alone in this journey, or I'm left out in the cold, right, is to do what you can to start shifting into what that unity focus is for yourself. First off, unifying with yourself, but doing what you can to start creating those stable friendships and stable connections, right? Whether it's with soul family, whether it's with family, partnerships, relationships, right? There's a smorgasbord, right? You've got a buffet of options here. So while we're speaking on, you know, kind of the quote unquote twin flame collective, these unions don't always mean that you're with a partner, you're going to be with a partner, and how they come into union with ourselves, right? Because at the end of the day, guys, if you play into that journey, or you click subscribe to any of that stuff, I want to let you know your twin is not outside of you. It's always existed within you, waiting for you to remember, right? So it's really one of those things that's really important to remember in this, is that there's so many stereotypes and so many different things. I want to remind you that you're a creator of your reality. And once you recognize, okay, that you are a creator of your reality, you can click unsubscribe and you can exit certain storylines out of your life, right? And you can actually reshape them, reform them with creator consciousness, with those Elohim keys, and with your divine self to become your best divine partner, how you share that with other people, okay? So you don't have to give your power away to that there's someone or something outside of you that creates this. the stability exists within you. It exists within your heart. It exists within your soul. You are a whole soul in union with yourself, and I want to remind you that right now, okay? You are a whole soul in union with yourself. So thank you to the Divine Feminine Collective. Go ahead and just shift that one out. Alrighty, so how's everyone doing? Oh, the birds are coming out. Hi, birds. We got a woodpecker up there. He's just drumming on the tree. What's up, woodpecker? Gaian Morse code, actually. The woodpecker is the Gaian Morse code, the elemental Morse code. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and look at the Divine Masculine Collective. And then what we're going to do with the Divine Child is we're going to see how the Divine Child wants to play in this union. Because, you know, it's something that kind of came upon me today while I was meditating and in the shower and doing my thing. Kind of reflecting on the journey, is there's so much discussion about the masculine and feminine, but we also I don't personally hear a lot from people talking about the Divine Child and these connections and how important it is. That's how we complete the trinitization of these gates in the Trinity pattern. It's mother, father, child. And you know, it seems like the Divine Child is the one that's almost like the glue that keeps the masculine and feminine in balance that I've been finding in my own life. And so we want to make sure we're repairing the child. We're working with our own inner child. We're working with our own Divine Child as well, and listening to both, right? Because the Divine Child, the star child, the galactic child, the elemental child, however we want to see it, it serves a very important role in the process of solidifying that masculine and feminine, right? And bringing those things together, especially when there's discord. It seems like the Divine Child is almost the peacemaker, you know, the peacemaker that really settles when that wounding is occurring and when there's an imbalance of energies in our own lives. And really, it's all about fine-tuning, right? It's all about fine-tuning. Every now moment, it's about, you know, we're always working through collective distortion right now. We're working through different pockets in the collective. Soul groups are working through different things, and then the unified field is working through different things. So it is, you know, it is always a delicate balance coming into union with ourselves, okay? So let's go ahead and look at the Divine Masculine Collective. What's going on with the Divine Masculine Collective? Thank you guys for liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you want to book a one-on-one session with me, you can go to foundersoflight.org. We've got sessions available. I'm also doing soul retrievals now too, so if you want a soul retrieval session, please reach out to me on email. I'm going to update my website with those pretty soon. Hey, hello, Thomas. How are you? Oh, space. The galactic children are here. So Divine Masculine, we're looking at the Divine Masculine energies. What's going on? There's a lot of repair work going on with the Divine Masculines right now. It's been quite an interesting past couple of days. But we're on deck. The boys are on deck. The boys are back in town. Ooh. Looks like we got some Odin stuff going on. I'm actually not in Minnesota. I'm in Arizona. It's a gorgeous day in Arizona. Well, we had the Wounded Masculine show up. It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, and I'm feeling a tightened grip on the feminine here. Might be holding on a little too tight, or there might be a suppression of feminine strength that's occurring, right? So we want to release that off the field. Anywhere that the feminine is restricted or being held back, right? Because especially when it comes to like the masculine protecting the feminine, is we also want to give the feminine space to breathe. Guys out there, men, give the feminine space to breathe. You don't have to freaking hold them down. None of that runner chaser crap, right? Stop running from yourself and you won't have to run. Don't run from your light. Don't run from your purpose. Don't run from your path. And you don't have to run anymore. Okay? Thank you. We want the feminine within ourselves, right? Whether you're in a male body or you're feminine or in a female body, we want the feminine to feel secure in her energetics and her purified frequency, right? We want to let her be that God source light. We want to let her be that God spark of creation, or that goddess spark, right? We want her to be in that Sophia tone, which is everything, right? And the masculine can welcome that in as well. Ooh, wow, we got Minnesota people. I love Minnesota. I lived in Minnesota for a little while. When I went there, I bought a mini soda. Get it? Mini soda. Okay. Anyways, masculine, the magician. Ooh, yay. Masculines are being creators. We've got masculine magic. All right, let's see what's going on. Ooh, another choice point. Ooh, choice point. Star. Yes! Masculines, happiness. This is good. Oh, I'm so happy right now. All right, guys. So at the heart of the reading, we're looking at the Two of Wands. So there is a decision, masculines, okay, just like the feminine. There's a decision. Which way do I go from here? It seems like your intuitive abilities, right? It's about really making sure you're harnessing your own intuitive abilities, your own intuition, taking that moment to kind of like be with yourself, be in your own energy, and to listen to your divine guidance. So whatever's going on here, masculines, you gotta listen, because you know the way. You know the way. And if you need help with the way, you should talk to that way, because that way knows that way. So guys, for the masculine energies, there's a choice in timelines, there's a choice in pathways. Where do we go from here? Where do we go moving forward? Okay, trust your intuition, go in. Yes, masculines, you are the priestess, right? Okay, so now the masculines are starting to get it. Okay, so this archetype of the priestess, the oracle, right? It's about really going within and trusting your guidance, right? Refining your skill sets. Where do I go from here? Listen to your universe, listen to your connection, trust spirit, trust the higher self, trust the soul, trust the oversoul, trust whatever it is that you're working with. Men, masculines, masculine energies, trust your intuition. You know where to go. At the foundation of the reading, we're looking at the star. Yeah. So the star, to me, rather than healing right now, it's about being that way shower. This is about being that raw, beautiful, vulnerable self, that connecting to nature and nurture, afoot in both worlds. This could come through as the shaman, right? This could come through as this. So masculines right now in a stage of recognizing they're showing the way and finding what their vulnerable truth is. There's a lot of Venusian energy that covers this, right? So this does feel like there is this feminine, for me at least, when I see this, I see the star Venus for some reason, and I don't know why. Even though we could technically connect this to the Pleiades because we have the 7 sisters here, right? What we are seeing is we are seeing this divine connection and this divine inspiration moving forward. You know, having a foot in both worlds and keeping things reciprocal. Message from other dimensional versions. Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth, right? It's time to celebrate. So, masculines, it's time to step into the celebration. It's time to step into this joy. And especially with the way things are working, you're very much so right now in the process of knowing that you are the creator of your own reality, right? So as a result, you've got all the resources within you to do what you need to do, including make this decision. So if you have a decision on a pathway, which way do I want to go? Which timeline do I want to settle into? Where do I go from here? Recognize that everything is within you, masculine. Everything is within you. You are the creator of your own reality. You are the Elohim. You are Yeshua. You are all these things. You are the shaman. You are the magician. You are the creator of your reality. Trust that, okay? So in the past, we are looking at the celebration card. Welcome home, right? Or welcoming home, a union. This is the 1111 key, so we are looking at some sort of union, some sort of balance that's coming into play, but we're looking at the revelation of welcome home. Welcome to being with you. Welcome to being the oracle. Welcome to being the priestess. Welcome to being this most beautiful version of you. And as a result, we're looking at a new foundation that was built for the masculine energetics and the masculine archetype. So we're looking at the father here. The father. It was, yeah, General AI, Space-Time Creator, just did a whole thing with the father clock, right? So if you want to go check out his channel, go check out Space-Time Creator, because this does tie into that. So the father energy, the masculine energy, welcome home, celebration. In the future, Page of Cups, here we go, with the divine child, right? So as the masculine is softening, as the masculine is going through this healing journey, and it's listening, and it's got this foot in both worlds, and it's getting its divine aspects back, and it's coming into its intuition, right? The choice point, it is whatever choice these masculine energies need to make. We're coming right into the divine child with an offering of love, an offering of connectivity. So it does feel like that as the feminine energies are coming in and working with the masculine, because I've been noticing this in my own life, We're seeing a new archetype of the masculine come in. We're seeing the nurturing masculine, right? And as a result, this offering of love, Page of Cups, is between the child and the father, right? So this is healing the father lines. This is having fun with the father. When we look at, the patriarch, right? When we look at everything that's been going on with the patriarch, especially here in the United States, where it's so prevalent, we can see that. And I've been even seeing this in myself is there's this aspect of masculine that comes with the you need to, and they're pointing a finger, right? You need to do this, and you need to do that, you need to do this. And it feels like there's a softening of the father lines, and as a result, the father now is building this loving connection to the divine child, which is really beautiful. To connect to that essence of divine innocence is going to help the masculine to shift out a lot of polarity out of their lives. A lot of polarity, because this is the essence of divine innocence. And when we step into divine innocence, it obliterates all fear, right? What happens with divine innocence? Goodbye judgment, goodbye guilt, right? Like, and especially with people that are playing in, that grew up in a lot of the biblical and dogmatic structures, right? We look at, like, we're born of judgment, we're born of sin, right? It's divine innocence that breaks through all that. Because when we are divinely innocent, right? Not innocent at an ego standpoint going, I didn't do it, Sergeant, I didn't do it, I didn't do it. No. What we're looking at is with the divine innocence, we're helping to obliterate with the heart open, with the heart expansion, right? We're able to completely obliterate those structures that provide judgment, guilt, fear, and all of that wounding that the masculine energetics has gone through. We've been seeing that the divine masculine will come online and then there's a distortion dump. And it's like, it's online, there's a distortion dump. And as a result, that's, polarity that we're constantly clearing. We're clearing the miasma out of the collective. We're clearing our own situations, our own past life stuff, everything like this. But with the high priestess energy here, we're also looking at, that's the mother code, right? That's Mary Magdalene, that's Mother Mary, that's Kuan Yin, that's White Buffalo Woman. We're looking at the archetype of the oracle, right? The oracles of Delphi, right? And that softening of the nurture for the masculine and stepping into their divinity is going to open up space to play with the divine child. So masculines, I'm very happy for you. I'm very happy for you that things are moving this way, because it's very much so needed in the collective. But that highlighted focus, we're doing this together and let's celebrate with one another, right? So this could be the masculines coming together and celebrating their journey. Masculine and feminines coming together, the unified field, the masculines and the children, however this wants to look to you, coming together with family, friends, soul tribe. Either way, it's time for us to step into celebration. Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth. It's Wayne's world, all right? It's time to get silly. Time to get silly, especially with this connection of the divine child. It's going to help to shift out a lot of things, and it also helps to hold a lot of space for what the feminines are going through right now. Because I've been noticing that we have these ways in the collective where it's like the masculine is getting his butt whooped and the feminine's holding space, and the feminine's going through a lot and the masculine's holding space. And it's like right now with this, it's like our own internal feminine needs that to feel safe. Like in the masculine energetics or in the male body, the divine child is such an important key factor to solidify the connection of the unity with the soul, right? So it's really about us coming back into that union with ourselves through the essence of play and through the masculine energetics, which is going to help to soften a whole lot. So masculines, good job. Let's keep holding space for the feminines as they're going through what they're going through, and our own feminine, right? Because the thing is it's not just the feminine outside of us, and it's not just the female embodiment. Myself, my feminine, it's going through a lot. There's been a lot of subjugation, there's been a lot of torture, there's been a lot of from the mother, there's been a lot of wounding of the mother that's coming up, and as a result, it's like the masculine harnessing that child is going to help to shift a lot of things out, especially as this empowerment is coming forward. It's like the feminine energy needs to be in its goddess power, to be in that powerful light, and as a result, it feels like some of the masculines are stepping back to be a little bit more silly and a little bit more playful, because it's also holding space for that feminine to rise, right? We need that feminine energy to be in its empowerment, not the shameful feminine, not the shameful feminine, not the toxic feminine, that purified feminine, which is it's a powerhouse of energy. If you've ever had a drop of mother's milk, right? If you've ever had a drop of mother of pearl, if you've ever had a drop of any purified divine feminine energy, you know how much it can disrupt your system, right? When we started to see the big influx of the feminine energies come through a couple of years ago through the gates, right? It was literally one drop of this stuff, one drop of the divine mother, and all of your stuff was shaken loose, right? It's a very powerful energetics. If you've ever connected to the pure Sophia tones, right? You've connected to that mother of pearl wisdom, you know how powerful that feminine energy is. And so as a result, it's time for that feminine to rise up in its power and to speak its truth and to do what it needs to do. But we also need the masculines to soften off the war, soften off the competition, soften off the manipulation, soften off the need to control, right? And to be able to really come back in that place of harnessing the divine child, because it helps to shift out a lot of wounding, right? A lot of wounding, a lot of that separation. So very, very, very important time indeed with what's going on. Yeah, and there's course corrections that are occurring right now too, guys. So just be mindful of, be mindful that we are going through a process of redirection right now too. So if you feel like you're in a if you feel like you're in a situation that you've been in before, right, there's layerings of it. Sherry just did a discussion of this on a video she put up, and it's very much so what I've been seeing is it's right now collectively with our heart open, we're being gifted the opportunity to bring some things into balance and to learn at a deeper level what we need ourselves, right? And it's coming from a place of love. And so we want to let go of the fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and we want to love ourselves as we go through the glow up and as we are resolving, whether it's past timelines or it's this timeline or there's something we didn't get. A part of our completion cycles is we need to really wrap up the journey, right? It was, who was it? No, it's not Lao Tzu. There's a book I was reading, I forget who does it. There's a Buddhist mentor. Talks about this, talks about mindfully closing the door, right? And there's a passage in the book that talks about, you know, the student enters the master's domain. He opens up the door and he closes it really quick and walks right in. And the master turns to the student and says, "You can do better." So he slowly walks out the door, walks in slowly, opens up the door mindfully, and closes the door mindfully, comes on in, and the master says, "Now you're ready," right? So when it comes to completion cycle, I know some people want to wrap up things really quickly. Let's get this over with. Let's get to the next thing. No. Well, we want to make sure, because the lessons are for ourselves and for soul evolution, that we're wrapping up the cycles with 100% completion, right? So if you feel like you're kind of looping or you're going through things, I invite you to look at where you're looking at the layering, right? Because onions, right, where we peel back the layers, and when we solidify the wisdom, right, we embody it and then we put that into action. That's when we learn. It's not just the logical knowing, it's about, can we carry this wisdom with us day to day? So it's about the embodiment of the lesson, and it's perfect for you. Okay, perfect for you. All right, so now we're going to go into the divine child. So the divine child being the peacekeeper, being the glue here. What does our silly little friend inside want to say? Huh? A silly little child. Whether it's a silly child, a powerful child, we're going to talk to the divine child. So divine child, what messages do you have for us? We're going to do a crystalline cross for the collective. What's going on with the energetics of the divine child? So we want to be mindful of fear constructs, guys. We want to be mindful of where we're still living in fear, where we're still playing in that polarity. I'm feeling the kidneys light up a little bit. And so that is an ignition point, adrenal awareness. Cranberry juice, guys. 2, 3, 4. Divine child, messages from the divine child for us. What do we want to hear from the divine child? Crystalline cross for the collective. Divine child, what's happening? What's happening with the divine child? A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, 5, 6, 7. So if you guys are interested, the code for today is 4517. That was the code that I was given for this reading. So if you tune into those, 4517. Okay, 4517. Ooh, everything's just spelled. But it's good, because actually at the bottom of the reading, Page of Cups. Page of Cups. Cool. So the divine child is crowning this reading. Hey, get off my back. Guys, command your space. Thank you. Thank you. Command your space. Command your space. Command your... Wow. Divine Child wants us to make a decision. Okay? Wants us to trust our magic. So once again, just like the masculine reading, choice, where do we go from here? Work with your magic. Don't, Divine Child, don't be afraid of your magic. Don't be scared that you're a creator, right? Work with the energy of your creator, your creation. The Divine Child wants to be a part of this sacred ceremony for you. The Divine Child wants to be a part of your journey. Witness that and allow that. The Divine Child very much so going like, no, let me take the helm of the ship for a little while. Let's see how your life gets. Let's see how your life turns. Okay, King of Pentacles, right? So we're looking at a lot of mastery here. We're looking at mastery. We're looking at very much so the foundation of coming into this really abundant father, this fire father, right? So very much so, it's interesting. I almost want to say the keys of abundance are in the hands of your Divine Child. And the Divine Child's like, nana, nana, boo, boo, I got the keys. So your Divine Child's got the keys to your credit card. The Divine Child has the keys to your wallet. So if you're lacking at all, I feel like you gotta play, because that beautiful little wizard inside of you stole your credit card, stole your checking account, stole everything. So your Divine Child is very much so right now going, I got the keys to abundance. They're in my hands. That's why we need you to trust the magic of why your journey's been going the way it's going, and why the pathways are showing up for you the way they are. Let your Divine Child take the wheel for a little bit. It's got a key code for you that it wants you to recognize your self-worth and self-value. Okay? Self-worth and self-value. Oh, messages from other dimensional versions. The Lover's card. Love yourself, guys. Your Divine Child is like just self-love. Love family, right? Love family. Love your soul family. Love yourself. Love your sacred mirror. Love your soulmate. Love your partner. However this wants to translate for you, but we are looking at the essence of love here. So it really is about stepping into that loving nature, right? I always want to focus on self-love, right? It's that when we focus and witness the self-love from within, the eternal self-love, and then we go step out and share that with other people, that's where we start to step into the Two of Cups energy, right? So we want to make sure our cup is filled first. So always highlight your focus from other dimensional versions. Love yourself. Damn it. Love yourself gently. Love the like button too. Oh, the child. The like button too. But it is about focusing on yourself, loving yourself right now, loving who you are, loving that you are dynamic, love that you are that masculine and feminine, love that you are that unified soul, love that you are that eternal self. Okay? So in the past, Divine Child, magic, earth magic. So we see the crone here. Coming forward and giving us bravery and courage, right? So there was a focus on our magic, on our feminine magic, on our mama magic. It's almost like I'm seeing like the gardens, right? The gardens, the trolls, the elves, the fairies, right? But there is a level of courage and bravery that's coming through with Divine Child, right? And I want to focus on that. So very, very passionate mother energy, but very, very magical, very magical. Oh, look at this journey. Okay, in the future, there's a journey. So the Divine Child saying, guys, there's somewhere you need to go. Something you want to do. We're almost looking at this, almost the very same position in the future as the feminine. All right, so we don't want to end it here. Where are we going? Ooh, this is gonna be quick moving. This is gonna be a very quick decision. We don't want to end on a sword, so we're gonna keep going here. Child wants us to make a decision, a quick decision on a journey. It wants us to take some sort of action, but we have to be at peace with this. Man, it's all and whatever. Okay. When our soul chooses to go, when our soul chooses to shift and to move, right? The choice has to come from a place of peace. So our Divine Child wants us to come from a place of peace and a place of love. Like, especially with the focus here on love, we are looking at a very quick decision to move or to shift, or, you know, once again, I've talked about energetics, right? We're looking at movement in energy. So whether this is a transition in cycles, whether this is your ship jumping, you're moving collectives, or it's a physical movement, whatever it is, it's going to be a quick energy that's coming in, and we need to make peace with this decision, guys, especially with the Two of Wands. Our child wants us to be at peace with our decisions moving forward, right? There is no wrong choice. There's divine alignment. Every choice that you make is providing you opportunity to experience, to grow, and to experience lessons, right? But we have to listen to our inner child. So the more that we go through this balancing, right, and we're harnessing these things, recognize that the child is the one that holds the keys to your abundance. That little fucker's got the credit card. And I will call mine that little fucker because he knows that that's how I play around with him. That little fucker's got the credit card. He's got the keys. He's got the keys to our journey. And there is some sort of movement or motion, but anywhere that we are moving, we need to make this from a place of peace. So this movement with the strength card here, it's about our wild freedom. This is about our wild freedom. This is coming into balance and making peace with our beasts, right? So we are looking at this soul choice. It's almost like, it's like getting naked are kind of an energy. So I like it because the divine child is freedom. It's strong freedom. Freedom. Right? Either way, with the strength card, we are seeing child wanting to go on a journey to meet this or to embody this, right? So for some of you, if this is a Leo, you can go there. I'm not reading it that way. Please take what resonates, leave the rest behind. But for us, we're looking at a journey of embodying our strength. This also too, which is really interesting, for some could be Jedi training school. So if you've been going through Jedi training school, or if you've been going through hybridization training, right, and you are aware of that, right, this is where, you know, we go through our activations and our guides are like, you know, go run marathons, do push-ups, you know, and you're becoming that you're getting your superpowers, right? This could be what it is, the divine child wanting to be a part of that process. Either way, we're moving into a generation of freedom keepers, right? And of people that are embodying their freedom. So whether this is to go out in the woods and to chase down fairies and pixies, guys, no wing clipping, have fun, play with them, but don't chase them down, don't hold them, don't throw them underwater, please. We need the fairies free. They've got a lot of magic. Keep the fairies free. Either way, we are looking at a journey to freedom, a journey to our wild freedom. So this could be coming into our primality. This could be coming into our animalism. So not animism, but animalism. There's something about this, like, I just, when I see the child, it's just like, let's get this, right? And it's just, it's funny and it's cute. But whatever it is, it's gifting us strength, guys. It's gifting us strength. It's gifting us resolution. It's gifting us peace. And it's also very much so saying right now, too, that any decision you make is the wrong decision to make, especially with the Two of Wands on it, where we're looking at a decision on pathways, a decision on lines. We're looking at a decision on choices. Trust your creation, right? If you're worried about money, okay, if you're worried about money, your child has the keys. Don't worry. Play with the divine child. The divine child's got the keys. But make sure you're focusing on your self-love. Make sure you are loving yourself entirely for what you're doing and to witness the magic unfold, right? Because in the past, we have this activation of the earth goddess, right? And with this, it's very much so kind of got that forest elven kind of feeling to it. And that's the way I interpret this, because this is what the magics kind of represent to me. But either way, we're looking at some form of primality, some form of freedom, of our wild freedom, of our wild nature, right? So we do want to be mindful though, guys, okay, that with this wild freedom and all the swords energy in the Knight of Swords, that it's not coming off cutting, right? So Page of Cups here, right? The divine child bringing this softening of love is we want to make sure that when we're making our decisions as well, that we're coming from a place of soft kindness, hence why the Lover's card is here, right? We're looking at the energy of focusing on that self-love, diving into the self-love as we're making our choices moving forward. With the divine child being a part of the process, we want to make sure it's not cutting, that it's kind, and that's why the peace card is showing up at the Four of Swords here. We want to rest on these decisions. We want to take those moments that on this journey that we go, but we take those moments to pause, but we want to be at peace with our decisions and to feel strong and courageous in our decisions, because there is no wrong decision, especially when you trust that you are the creator of your journey, right? And that you have the ability to choose however which way you want to go. You know, once again, welcome to freedom. You have a choice. Right? Welcome to freedom. You have a choice. It's a beautiful thing. Some people have been strung along for so long that to make a conscious, empowered choice can feel very difficult. Very much so why the child wants to come through with this right now is to say, hey guys, you're the creator of your reality. Trust that the decisions you make are going to be the right ones, and feel strong and secure in your decisions moving forward. Because if you're coming from a place of self-love, you're coming from a place of self-nurture, if you're embodying your magic, if you're taking care of the divine child, and you're making that decision, it's going to be a correct one for you. It's got to be a correct one for you. And I know that sometimes people get hung up. Oh, I don't want to repeat cycles, and I don't want to loop. And it's like, well, but sometimes we can hit stalemates in places of indecision because we're afraid that the decision is gonna decision and choice on timelines and in pathways is always going to bring forward everything that you need. Lessons, experience, wisdom, right? And if you didn't learn a lesson in the last cycle, you're gonna definitely learn it sometime. The universe repeats for you, not against you. The universe isn't doing this to hurt you or to harm you or to shut you out. No, the universe is doing this so you can complete your journey and you can evolve as a soul. And we all have to recognize that, right? And it's a very important thing to stay into focus and keep ourself, balanced, centered, knowing, okay, I have these tools within me, right, that are going to expand my experience. And as I go through my experience, I'm going to activate more wisdom and more tools. I'm going to learn, I'm going to grow, I'm going to expand. And when we come from a place of healthy curiosity with that, what's around the other door? I'm excited for what tomorrow brings. I'm excited for my future, right? We begin to propel that motion forward into the reality. We're going to gain a whole new level of clarity and a new perspective over why we've gone through what we've gone through and why we go through what we go through, why we experience what we experience, right? But we also need to take a moment to listen. Listen to your heart, listen to your soul, listen to your inner child. What is communicating to you, right? On all levels, whether you're in the feminine energies, you're in the masculine energies, you're in the all energies, it's important for us to listen, right, and to use our discernment. Make sure you are taking your power back from other creators, such as myself. Make sure you're taking your power back from other readers. All of this stuff you can do and you can do within, right? Trust that all of your abilities are within you, that your magic is within you, that your power is within you. It's not outside of you, right? Your partner is inside of you. Everything is inside of you. Just trust that, guys. Trust that, and let the universe reveal its magic to you, for your highest good. Okay. So I love you guys. Respect to everyone out there. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your likes, shares, and subscribes. If you would like to book a session, a one-on-one session, you can go to foundersoflight.org. If you would like to donate, PayPal links will be in the description box after this is done. I thank you guys for being here. I thank you for being your true, authentic self, even if you don't feel like it right now. I appreciate the community engagement and all your subscriptions and comments and donations, everything. I appreciate you guys. I really do appreciate you guys. Even on days where I don't appreciate myself, I definitely appreciate you guys. And even on the days when my subscribers are pissing me off, I learn to appreciate myself a little bit more. That's how we find balance, right? So anyways, I love you guys. I love you. We're going to go ahead and just close out this reading with the highest form of love, the highest form of truth, the highest form of clarity. We want to separate all realities, separate all timelines, separate everything. Just close down the session with the highest form of love and truth. I want to say I honor you, I love you, I witness you, I bless you. The master within me sees the master within you, honors you, and honors all. So mote it be. All right, love you guys. And I might be going live again today. We'll see. I was told 4 cups of coffee, 4 different kinds of readings. So we'll see what's coming up next. I don't know when I'm going to go thing as it aligns, okay? So I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. The cheery here right now. They're very happy. The song of the bird is here. And avians we shall rise. All right, love you guys. Ciao.